the series up 1-1. Let's move on over to our casters, Snods and Jackie.
Oh, thank you, Dan, for passing it over so we can get into Overpass. It should be a good one. I'm excited. Snods, are you?
Yeah, should be a good one, obviously. Winner of this map could potentially qualify for Premier. That's Endpoint, obviously. I've taken Mirage in a convincing fashion. Well, 15-5 up. Obviously, the final scoreline being 16-8. You still kind of think that, well, if you watch that game, you know that game wasn't close at all. Let's see, though. See if CeX picking this map has something different to show. As we go into map number 2, round number 1, it's going to be the pistol round. CeX starting on their CT side. LS going to be wielding the smoke diffuse kit. Yesterday, the real star of the show on Overpass from CeX was LS. 20 kills in the first half versus Radix towards that B-bomb site. He was a monster, denying any aggression from that T side. Anyway, though, Endpoint, now let's see what they're going to do. Fast aggression towards Connector. Now they have the flash here from Imi to flash them out of Connector.
Oh, Fasher wants to lead the charge though as they run their way straight up, but Astro goes big. It's a double kill to kick it off. This is just what they needed. What more can they achieve? It's all on Stanley now. All eyes on him. He is trying to find a weapon, grabs his Glock back as he needs to recover the bomb as well. It's a 1v4. Not the best way to kick off map 2.
Smoke kit still on LS. 1 minute 15 to work with as well for Stanley. They know exactly what the bomb is as well. Spots at the first player, Dom with a nice re-peek and a reface and a refrag there onto Stanley. As it goes 1-0 now. CeX finally able to take a pistol round on Mirage. They lost both of them, and they lost in quick fashion. So, Endpoint. 4 towards Connector, they're Imi towards top mid. Instantly the setup, they're going for a, well, not split towards A, going towards A. Imi with a flashbang. The problem was Astro towards long toilet. He's sort of shrouded by, covered by the wall, which means he isn't affected by the flashbang, so they're walking into his crosshair. There's an easy 2k there for him. MP9's on 3 players, Rezu, Link, and LS, and already let's see if they can gather up some cash versus these Kevlar upgraded pistoled up players that are charging up through middle.
CeX just slowly going to be backing off and restructuring their defense on this bomb site as they want to work out how to play this one. Meanwhile, Endpoint, the same idea is going through their heads. How do we approach this? Where do we go? How do we attack? Because they're left with a horrible situation. You don't have the best buy. You've tried to make the best out of it as you have gone for the reinvestment, but they need to be crisp. Get a couple of nice opening shots, use the smokes effectively, and play smart.
Exactly. They've already given up so much ground towards toilets. They're playing very passive towards the A-bomb site. Smokes come in towards bank and the flashbangs rain through. Let's see if they can hold the attack.
Oh, there goes the first spray. Dom will get one. Astro as well. Dom chiming in for the second frag of the round. There's the third as they close it out. Dom and Astro looking effective towards A.
5 players staying alive as well versus the 4 spy, which means their money can stay afloat. They can establish a good economy going into the buy round. See if they have another clean round, 4 or 5 stay alive. They can afford some losses. If Endpoint win a round, CeX can rebuy fully, try to win that round back, and actually reset Endpoint. That's why it's so crucial you're efficient with staying alive and, well, don't overface and give away your kill for no reason versus the pistols. It's not all about stats on the scoreboard. Imi yesterday had 5 kills, but was the one cool on the T side. So obviously having an impact in the server regardless, and we need more of that within the UK scene. Anyway, though, it's going to be Stanley here towards Connector. Obviously, these are unarmored opponents with P250, so not really too much of a task here for CeX to take down. For them, it's all about having 4 or 5 stay alive, going into the gun rounds, and keeping the focus high.
Frags are going their way so easily, though. They're going to get through these rounds in quick succession, grab all 3 off the back of the pistol, and that's where Endpoint needs to now try and respond.
So, big question right now for CeX is, do you carry forward these 3 MP9s? You take the risk into the first buy round. If you do, how do you play it? Do you double up Connector? Do you go for aggression towards B short? Or do you stack the 2 Pharmacists towards it and have the 3 MP9s play the B bomb site? Let's see if there's any thought process instead. Actually, they're going to be disregarding 1 MP9. Link going to be anchoring that B bomb site with the M4 now. 5 AKs for Endpoint. No orbs being brought up after the 5-man force by in the second round. Light utility as well. You can see they have smokes but lack of flashbangs to see if that will come back to haunt them.
Getting ready to push their way out. LS just waiting with the MP9 in hand as he wants to get this spray down off Fasher. Gonna try and bob through, but not really gonna get too much there. The nade will tag him down a tad. Oh, First kill will go through them as the traders Fashion against the headshot back on towards Link. They have map control now as well. They can push in, but they have to overpower LS. The Molotov will actually touch him as well as he peeked into it, but he gets one kill off. Oh, the double kill with the MP9. Absolutely fantastic as he does a fair bit of damage into the round.
2 versus 3 now, man advantage here for CEX off the back of the crazy play from LS's MP9. Double flashbang. I mean, we'll get the bomb planted eventually. And now with 2 kits, full utility onto Dom and Resi, there's a high chance to be winning this retake, especially with the man advantage and the flank coming in from behind. It's Resi with MP9 trying to shift his way through Monster, and come in from behind and catch these players off guard.
Imi, up close and personal, will peek through, but Dom is faster. He gets one. Yannick going to get a frag of his own, though, but needs to back off now and stay alive. The double push is coming in. He's aware of their location because the Molotov has to be fast on his feet, though, as they are defusing. He's not going to get there in time. They get the defuse. Endpoint couldn't quite get the round.
Another reason he's gone for that play is when you get the bomb down, you still get the round loss bonus. On the T side, obviously, there's that big thing where it's kill him after time, where the clock winds down, then you kill them after time and they get no round loss bonus, and that's how you really do shatter the T economy. But actually, if the bomb is planted, you still get the round loss bonus even if you stay alive after the round does expire. So for YNC, safe call there for him. 4-0 now for CeX. They're showing a lot better presence here and prowess on Overpass, the map they've chosen to play. Question is for Endpoint on their T side, do they overread their research? Do they look too deep into the heat maps, into the research they've done with Jakey, their coach? And does that come, well, will that affect them later on as maybe CeX have changed their style of approach and changed their setups on this site? Let's see. Link towards barrels. He's always towards the scenario, this position. He's going to be tested once again.
There comes the first kill, though, as LS will get a headshot. Link as well does damage. Link, another kill going to go his way as they are tearing through the onslaught that is being sent out by Endpoint. They're not able to really achieve anything into the round. They sure are left in what potentially could be worked into a win, but it's not shaping up like it.
2 versus 3. Stanley low HP. YNC has 100 health, but unfortunately for him, only 1 flashbang. Trying to get away from the site, so difficult. Ash with the up as well towards 7, finds the kill onto YNC. Now Stanley last alive with 14 HP, eventually goes down from Dom's AK. 5-0 now for Endpoint, but then again they have another lifeline into the next one. Run number 6, the bomb was planted, which means they can still afford a good buy here after having the maximum round loss bonus, which is 3.4k, plus the $800, 4.2k, so you can still buy AK, smoke, flashbang. Imi as well, going to be dropped on AWP by Mighty Max. You can see Max as well has no utility. So, Endpoint, what's the call? You've dropped over the AWP to Imi. Is he going to try play for picks, get aggressive? Are they going to go for an execution towards B, have the AWP, hold towards Heaven, hold towards CT lower, and really exploit the AWP in the afterplants? But I guess you're about to find out. Dom probably going to be peeking towards mid, not expecting the fact that actually Endpoint are bought.
Oh, Dom is in the back line, gets the headshot, but Imi was there. Luckily, he can trade back, so it's a 4v4. This is going to favor Endpoint. Maybe this is the round where they have the potential to actually pick this one up.
Then again, in terms of information gathered, Dom did peek out, see 2 players, killed 1 and got AWP'd. So we saw 3. And now already the 2-man deficit for Endpoint after. Speaking of the AWPs, Astra will win the duel versus Imi. 4 versus 3 now, with 1 minute 8 seconds on the clock. Bomb towards toilets. The boost is going to come in over the smoke, trying to see if they can spot a player back towards default. But actually you can see how close CeX are. They're not playing as scared as they were Mirage.
Rezu will get behind them. This could be so good as the lurk plays have been fantastic from CeX. This is going to be their 6th round in a row on Overpass.
Bring around the roses towards toilets. 5-0. YNC now the 1 versus 4. It's looking like it's going to go 6-0, which it is. Let's find the final kill there. Round number 7 shall begin, and a 6th round advantage for Endpoint. It seems like they're getting, what's the word I'm looking for here? We saw CeX yesterday versus Radix. They were very dominant on Overpass, the first map, and then they showed a different face on that second map, Mirage. They've got beat 16-2. Are we starting to see the same sort of thing for Endpoint, where they have that first game where, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm trying to explain this and I can articulate this properly. They're overconfident. You go in fairly scared. Obviously, the unknown is unsettling for Endpoint, especially for some of the players on the Endpoint roster. They go into the first map, they win convincingly, 16-8. Going into the second map now on Overpass, are they too overconfident? Are they peaking with that discipline? And are they trying to take the 1 versus 1 Angels, which I believe they are, instead of working as a team? Imi could have asked for a flashbang towards Banana and peaked the angle with a flashbang. That's just one example of many. But anyway, CeX looking stronger on Overpass. This is the map they picked as well. Final map will be Cash, and for me, that's probably still 65 to 35 to, 45 to Endpoint. But then again, round number 7, let's see, 6-0 advantage for CeX as we go into this next one.
Now then, let's see what they can achieve as they want to go for this more aggressive style of CS. Endpoint, they've had the pause. They've had time to reset and think about things. Let's see if they can overcome CeX on their home turf here on Overpass. Rezu waiting it out as well. M4 in play. They are going to be peeking out. They actually do get the opener as Fasher goes down though. Max is going to follow suit. YNC gets a kill. LS struggling to do too much with the M4. Stanley domes him. It's a 3v2. They have potential.
Man advantage here. They have Kevlar smokes. And actually this round they can definitely win here. Dom has the M4. Astra with the AWP, not really a weapon you want in this scenario. It's so hard to retake close range angles with the AWP. Have to use it like a shotgun. Flash goes out. Let's see if you can do it.
Oh, Dom peeks through. Will get one, but YNC trades it back with the CZ. Astro ever so slightly missing as he wanted to just go for the wall bang. Spots out by Stanley, and they win it off the back of the pause.
6-2-1. CeX now of 11,000 in the bank on some plays. If they win this round here, Jack, make it 7-1, reset the round loss bonus for Endpoint, then this could be the end of the first half already for Endpoint. They have to win this round. They have to chain rounds together if they want a chance at this one. They cannot be reset after finally taking a round after 7 being played out. Mighty Max here going to be modding off B short, denying any aggression from CeX as they instead want to have the aggression and the real estate and the map control going in their favor instead on their T side.
Fast play up short here from Stanley as he will work his way up. Trying to see what he can find. Rezu as well, elevated angle in play. It's smart. He sees Yannick, takes him down, goes for the jump face as well, but no one is there this time.
Talking about research, Rezu pulled out that boost yesterday as well. Endpoint, should have really been expecting that. But then again, obviously, in the grand finals, in this scenario, when push does come to shove, it's a lot harder to think about the whole picture like that. Anyway, though, off the back of the boost from Rezu, it's going to be the man advantage as YNC is already dead after just 20 seconds. But thankfully for Endpoint, there's still a minute on the clock. Bomb towards B short. 3 players towards connectors are going to be lining up smokes here. They can smoke heaven, smoke bridge, smoke center side if they want to as well. Molly out slow, CT lower, or just peek with the AWP and get the first kill onto Link, trying to throw that Molotov. And here it comes. No way.
Oh, LS, he whiffs it though. Mighty Max finds the kill, but Astro trades it back with the AWP. It's a 3v3. Rezu on the site, ready to kick up a fuss as he wants to try and cause a stir, waiting for the correct moment to peak. The dink goes through and the tag on the bomb, but Imi connects the fadeaway shot. Astro's there, does the same to Fasher. It's a 2v2 now.
Dom towards short, has to be pivotal in this scenario, especially now he's the one last alive. Has the kit, has the Molotov, has 2 players to find, finds the first. Imi's low as the AWP, he has to land the shot.
No chance to miss here, he bounced round, but he lets it slip. Dom kills him, gets the defuse. Dirty Dom once again, and CeX reset.
That was so well played by Dom there. Got the first kill onto Stanley. You saw he did the little smiley-faced graffiti as well, but came towards short. He did the little jump, strafe in midair. He baited out the shot from Imi. Imi unable to hold the trigger there. Peeks out while he's cocking his gun, and it's an easy kill to find. And now Endpoint a reset. You can see their weak force by here. I say weak, actually. Imi's going to be dropped in an AWP. I thought that was a Deagle just for him. So, Deagle onto Fasher. UMP onto Mighty Max. AK onto YNC and Stanley. AWP onto Imi. As we go into round number 9, they need this round win because otherwise they'll be fully broke.
Oh, bit of a tag there as well. Rezu down to 33 HP early on into the round as Endpoint are just spamming away. They seem to be situating themselves spread fairly thin as they divide up, try and maintain that map control and brush across the site.
Rezu gets tagged through the wood there onto 30 HP. Still though, going to be Astro AWPing towards A. Alongside him going to be Dom. The players that are so constantly having to go for the retake towards the B bomb side. Let's see if actually Endpoint are going to be taking a gaze towards A. But then again, the fact the bomb has been down so many times towards the B bomb site means Endpoint is still probably going to be favouring the site. You can see now the bomb outside monster. And Stanley going to get aggressive towards short once again.
Stanley. Molotov in hand, but he second guesses himself as he will set up for it. They have a fair bit of weaponry to play with here for Endpoint. There is a chance if they play their cards right, they can pick this round up and start to make something work, but they need to link rounds together, chain them. They can't just have the odd round here and there, but Rezu with the opening headshot, but he is trading back a one-and-done angle. He wasn't able to readjust. The Yannick will strike against him. Yannick ready for more, but LS is stronger in that scenario. Imi getting one as well, as Link will fall 3v3 now as the bomb goes down.
Molotov for Imi, but that's all the utility right now Endpoint have. For the CTs, though, they have to worry about Mighty Max from behind. Gets the dink, and actually, eventually will get the composure there. Finds the kill onto Dominastro. The A-rotate players coming in. And little did they know, Mighty Max with a big flank there. Comes in from behind and catches CeX off guard. The force by win, the critical force by win of that is won by Endpoint. And now they can really start to show their colors into overpass. Round number 10, 7-2, 5-round advantage still for the CT side, but they're going to be going for the half-buy, quasi-buy. Which means you don't fully invest, you buy down to roughly 2,000, which means going to round number 11, the next round, they still will be able to afford the M4s and the buy into the next one. Let's see, the Dom had some big rounds of Mirage with the Deagle, but eventually will go down, so nothing too crazy just yet.
Trying to push their way through and make their play as Stanley waiting out here as well. He's got the AK ready to slay as he just wants to hold his own for the meantime. They do peek up and say hello to him though, as he will go down. Link will be the person to set him up on a date with the coroner right now. Mighty Max as well, trying to move his way back through toilets. Will he find Astro just waiting as he sits there ready for the strike?
Good play here from Endpoint as they go up towards A long. Luckily for them though, LS is in form and lands that one headshot, the one dig, sorry, onto Wine C. 3 versus 4, but still, Endpoint are favored. They have the side, they have the firepower advantage. What do they know about Astro?
Oh, he gives the game away and he struggles to find the frags. Max will take him down and the bomb gets planted as well.
That's now towards Bank. Goes for the tags. Fasha's low. Doesn't quite land the flick there. Now Fasha can get away unscathed with his life intact. As they're still going to go for this one, Jack. Obviously, they can do some economical damage in this scenario, but then again, they have no kit. No real chance of them winning the round, but what they're trying to do is try and get kills on these T players, whittle down and slowly but surely decay that CT economy. And actually, LS, he finds that AK, just going to be saving that one into the next round, and Endpoint are going to get to 3.
Trying to force them out. Hope to see if they will make a mistake, go for a play, but they're a little bit too clever for that. They do realize there are some shenanigans going on. They're not interested.
7-3. Still the 4-round advantage for CeX on the CT side. As we go into the next one. In terms of kills, it's Dom leading the charge. They're 13-4, and remember he had that crazy one, well, not crazy, but impactful 1 versus 2, let's say, to break the money of Endpoint. Right now, the question is the pause under CeX or is it under Endpoint? Both could be argued. For Endpoint, this round means a lot. You can see they have $4,000 onto 3 players. They need this round to finally be able to establish an economy which they can work with going in for the remainder of this first half. But for CeX, it's about momentum. They've lost a couple now, 2 rounds in a row after having such a dominant early lead, 6-0. And now, it seems like Endpoint have got their number, finally able to sense weakness towards the B side once again.
Back into the action though. The AWP buy is there for Imi as well, so he has the El Clasico, the fateful buy, where he can be so effective. We just need to see what he's going to do with it. Is he going to be able to find these aggressive openers, or will Astro be the one dealing the damage with a scope?
Let's see now, aggression again from Astro. Can be peeking in towards Party. I like this aggression here with the flashbangs as well. Imi might get caught off guard, goes for the no-scope through the smoke, doesn't quite land it. Astro misses the shot as well towards Party. Now they're going to be swarmed and overrun. And actually, the smoke towards front toilet actually favors the CT side. Astro peeks towards long, misses the shot. His AWP hasn't really been too impactful so far. We need to see him really find form in this final. He's one of the real key components for CeX, especially online as well. I'm not trying to say he's an online. I'm trying to say that online, that's one of the issues as well when you play with such a high sensitivity. I think he plays on 2.6 or 2.7 it used to be when we used to play some pugs, but when you play on a sense that high, and you have the adrenaline running as well, it's very hard to AWP on a sense like that. Anyway though, 50 seconds left. All Endpoint players towards A is going to be lining up smokes here. The execution about to come in as they pin their grenades. As they line them up and they begin the fight. Well, one of the final assaults here towards the side. Dom, star player from CeX. If he goes down earlier, that could be the end here for the CT defense.
Gives away his position though, the Molotov being dropped early with the underhand throw. They know he's there, he's struggling to find the frags, but he will get one at least. So it's back into a 3 versus 3. Astro not using the AWP like a shotgun today as he goes down in close range. Point blank from Fasher there as he rips through him with the AK. They've secured the site, they can get a plant down and back off.
Man advantage for Endpoint in the after plant here. The final smoke used by YNC towards CT lower. Thankfully, those CeX do have a kit. They might go even save in this scenario if they don't get the first kill here quickly. See, let's do the smoke, trying to see if we can get a kill. But it's so lucky, though, if he was to get that one. They're just really trying to take their chances here. If I'm CeX right now, I'm saving.
Oh, they're pushing in and investing everything into it. Nice headshot comes out from LS there. Cheeky stuff as he takes down Fasher, but that basically should be the end of this.
You can see there. Going to be opting for the save, going into round number 12. It's going to go 7-4 as Endpoint again chain the rounds together. Let's see what CX's money's like into the next round. If the money is low, then maybe they should have saved just a little bit earlier. Let's take a look. So, LS did save, and he will be able to drop over an M4. Dom as well at 3.5k, so if they had saved, they could have actually had a 4 M4 buy. Instead, they're going to be forced to go for the quasi-buy, so they can buy up into the next one. But then again, they will be conceding potentially another round here. Dom will be the only other player apart from LS having Kevlar, so CZs, Deagles, unarmored players on 3 players of CEX, and of course LS with the AK, sorry, and they carried forward defuse kit and head armor and Kevlar. Let's see though, LS is the real player that has to step up into this one. He's the only real firepower on the CT defense.
They have the aggressive setup towards long here, but only going to overextend and spot out the Endpoint boys as they are just waiting right now for the push to come towards them. Yannick seems to be a little bit timid though, doesn't really want to push out, just holds a contact play, smart stuff.
Yeah. Endpoint, they know that LS might get aggressive, try to force the hand and force the issue. Actually now peeking towards long, it's spot of Weinstein. Actually loses the duel there, 4 versus 4. But Endpoint are going to realize under the B-bomb site is clear. In the retake, should be fairly unlikely that CeX have a chance to really take this round now after Endpoint have been hunkered down and got used to that lovely B-bomb site.
Stanley waiting now as Rezu is just going to be backing off. Just holds, he just wants to play for exit frags ideally if he can. Everyone else going for the full save as they've invested what they can into it. They've scavenged AKs. Don't throw them into the wind callously, just hold on to them.
So, Dominant less saving AKs. Rezu might try and play for some exit kills with the Deagle, try to get some extra firepower if they can pick up an AK into round number 13. Astro on 12 HP going to be going for the same. Mighty Max will eventually take him down though. So, CEX with a 6-0 round lead. And now starting to feel it. 7-5. Only 2 rounds separating these 2 teams now as we go into round number 13. Another buy round here from CEX though. Let's see. Orb onto Astro. I don't want to be that guy that harps on people missing. Obviously, this game isn't about landing shots. It's about how you use your brain, your teamwork. But then again, sometimes you do need players that just hit those shots and get those kills that are needed. Let's see if he can find form in the remainder of this second map here where his team's definitely going to need him. Going to be taking it up towards B this time. Change of pace for him. But actually, no one from Endpoint will be going towards B. Instead, they're going to be going 4 towards A, and 1 towards Connectors going to be pincering the A site from all angles.
Tom waiting with the AK to try and slay. Let's see if he can actually be effective. Not today. Imi shuts him down. Rezu also falls to Fasher. Endpoint are getting very close to tying the scoreline up and making it manageable now as they've got their second win on their T side.
5 versus 3. YNC going to spot out LS, and now the bomb is planted with a 2-man advantage from Endpoint. CEX are going to throw in the towel here and concede this one and go for the save into round number 14. Smart call. I would have preferred to saw this last round as well, actually, from CEX, but then again, it's good they learn from their mistakes. They are saving this one, but of course, for Endpoint, they have money in the bank now. They can afford to hunt and try and snatch these guns out of CEX.
Stanley makes his play around as he tries to get a tag off there. Will tap away a couple of shots, throws out the flashbang. It will blind them for the meantime. Molotov goes down as well. LS going to be set ablaze, but he puts himself out, extinguishes the fire, and actually does survive.
And because of that, he has 3.4k, so they can drop over extra rifles to Rezu and Dom, who did die towards A. Question is right now for Astro. Is he going to go back towards B? And actually, he's facing that way right now in freeze time. Penultimate round here, round number 14. Let's see, CeX 6-0 advantage on their CT half to start things off with. They were looking, well, poised to go for a 9-6 as a bare minimum. Maybe even a 10-5 half, but somehow, someway, Endpoint have managed to keep their composure and bring this one back on their T side. Endpoint already on 6 rounds after losing the pistol on their T side, so for them, even if this half ends poorly, maybe 9-6, they're still going to be okay with that moving forward into the CT side, especially if they win that second pistol.
Amy with the AWP here as he wanted to do something, but Astro will strike first. He's a little bit quicker today as he takes him down and now repositions as well, slowly moving in, hunting the opposition as they are going to take the fight towards him. Fasher will be the one to spot him out first as they go for the peek. It's very far out in the open though. It's not got a lot of cover here. Luckily he backs off.
Yeah. As soon as that toilet smoke does fade, he's so exposed, they're holding the angle towards Banana. 50 seconds left here, 3-man rotation towards the A site. It's a good call here from CEX as they know Endpoint have been liking this A site. And the bomb leaving connector going towards toilets. It's looking like they're going to be going for it once more. Imi is down, man advantage here for CEX. Let's see if they can finally defend this A bomb site.
Dom is waiting for the push to come towards him as he sits close to the smoke. He's ready to strike. He can be so massive here, but he struggles to find the frag. Stanley takes him down, meaning they're in a 4v4. This is winnable for Endpoint. Astro as well. He's kept at bay, but he flicks fast as he will eliminate Fasher. Everyone's getting tagged down with this molly. That is fantastic damage done with the utility that Endpoint had. Boost play comes out for Astro, though. He's going to peer over the top of the fence and see if he can find the kills.
They might be waiting for a flashbang here or something. And there it is. The flashbang goes out. They go for the peek. But it's anyone close. There's Mighty Max towards trucks, finds one, goes for the spread onto the second and lands it as well. YNC chimes in and aids Max. And YNC will get the latter one as well. LS goes down 7-7 as we go into the final round of the first half. All things tied up. Endpoint are going to be extremely happy with how these things, this first half has gone. For them, if they make this 8-7 as well after being 0-6 down, they're going to be so chuffed going into CT half. Let's hope there isn't. Let's hope it's just chuffed, them being surprised, not overconfidence on their CT half.
Definitely so. I mean, Overpass, this is the hardest map out of everything in the Veto for them, but they're making it work now as they've got the second win off the back of that pause a while ago now. Astro, though, with the contact face, eliminates Fasher, and it moves into a 4v5 very early on.
Les gets tagged up there. Paper thin wood. So easy to penetrate with the AKs as well. The AKs having more penetration damage than the M4s, so really you are actually at a loss going through and trying to trade through those wood pallets. Stanley once again towards short, trying to see if he can get the peek towards LS. LS is low, the shot through the metal could take him down, but a good trade there from Link, but unfortunately for them it's only going to be a good trade, and trading on the CT half isn't really too stellar. But thankfully off the back of Astro's AWP, it is still the man advantage here for CEX. Bomb, outside monster, the flashbang comes out from Link, but it's poorly timed because the smoke fades now, and not just seconds before.
Oh, Link is ready, but the flashbang blinds him, but he still gets one. Mighty Max, though, will get the second and the third as they entries fantastically now. It's left into a 2 versus 2. They have site control. The CTs are roaming over. They're trying to get back in position. Max can go for the bomb plant. They don't have any HEs, just flashbangs on CEX.
2 versus 2, no kits right now for the CT side. Flashbangs is all they have, as you said. Molotov as well for Mighty Max if he wants to hold back the CT side. Dom. He's walking up towards bridge now. Molotov goes out. Let's see what he can do. Gets spotted out in the jump. He can actually lose the duel there to Mighty Max, but Astro gets the trade kill. And now the 1 versus 1 tries to jump on the box. Imi finally wins the orbital versus Astro. And there you have it, 8-7. A round advantage here for Endpoint going into the second half here. After a poor performance early on, they managed to keep their composure and bring things back.
Yeah, very, very well done there as Endpoint, from what was looking horrendous, it looked like they had lost everything. They couldn't get it together on Overpass, a map that is by far the hardest out of the Veto, and definitely the home soil of CEX, but they made it work, and they kept through with a lead.
They do indeed, surprisingly. And that's just experience as well. YNC, no strange to the big stage. Stanley as well. Remember, he is the previous Premiership champion, and the champion before that, actually. Because he won, you remember, it was Kirishima, Aaron, Stanley. Yep. So if he wins this game now, he's won 3 ESL Premierships in a row.
Back to back.
Who won it before before M&M did? Do you remember?
No.
It would have been 2015.
Yeah, I can't remember that far back anymore.
I think it was Robin, maybe, with Dudley.
Oh, it was the working
Fry
men.
won, yeah. Was that Stan? No, Stan wasn't Stanley, was it?
No, it was
that
Fry.
was Fry
Robin,
one.
Dudley,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Anyway, that was 2015, right? Yeah. So in 2016, Stanley won both of the Premierships, and let's see if he can win this one. Let's see if he can make it a hat-trick. Anyway, though, Stanley about to be tested, the champion, when he gets one.
Oh, Stanley wants to kick it off with bangs. He will get that first frag. Max gets the second as well, takes some weight off his shoulders. They've got side control, sure, but can they actually win the round overall? They get the bomb plant at the very least. Fasher from the rear will take down Astro, and it's all up to Rezu, but now he's dead.
Yeah. Here he is, mate. He's gone. 9, I was about to say 7 then. 9-2, actually, yeah, it is 7. 9-7 right now. Endpoint will have the 2-round advantage. The bomb was planted, so it should be the volley coming out from CeX. In theory, Jack, this should go 10-7 because of the eco from the T side. And at that point, it's gone 10 rounds in favor of Endpoint and 1 round for CeX. Observer, if you can hear me, Misty, can you press tab for me just so we can see it? Look at that. 6-round advantage, and then they win 7. Well, they won 1, got reset. They won the force by win 7 in a row, and they win the CT side pistol. There's currently no momentum right now. No wind in the sails for CeX as we go into the latter portions of this second map here. Endpoint potentially 1/2 here away from winning the Premiership and finally making it back into Premier. Has Imi and Max with this lineup on Endpoint won an event before? I don't think they have.
No, I don't think so. Well, right now, the kill's coming out, though. Imi going to be able to find the first one. YNC as well, looking good as he gets a hat-trick of frags. Absolute flurry. There's the 4th, as he will get the quad kill. And Endpoint get round number 10. They should also be able to claim round number 11. Oh, the buy's coming in there. They get the bomb
that's what
plant.
I meant, because of the bomb plant. Round number 18, the bomb was planted, which means we're going to be seeing a buy into the 3rd round of the second half here. 5 AKs. Smoke, flashbang. No Molotovs. Actually, that looks quite nice for my OCD. Anyway. Let's see what CeX are going to do. They're not going to be expecting to play versus an AWP. They know that there's going to be SMGs into the arsenals for Endpoint. Are they going to go for a contact play? Are they going to go for a 4-1 style of CS? Gang up versus the weaker firepower with Endpoint? Or are they going to play nice and slow, expecting weak utility potentially from Endpoint and try to bleed that out? But actually, I believe if they play slow, they might actually favor Endpoint just because in terms of utility, CeX are actually lacking.
Oh, flashbang through for LS so he can approach the stairs and try and clear around, spot these angles out, see if there are any Endpoint CTs lurking in close proximity, but instead they opt to back off now, play distance angles, try and chill out a bit. They know that CeX like this slow style, they like to invest a lot of utility.
1 minute down the clock, bomb towards toilets. Rezu, the lurk and IGL, well, former IGL, Astro is actually calling now, but Rezu the lurk. I mentioned it yesterday, CeX do like to play that 4-1 style of CS where they have one player lurk, try and sell a fake, and then they all go towards the other bomb site. Dom, did he spot the shoulder there from Rezu? And if he did, oh sorry, Fasher. And if he did, how are they going to exploit that? He is still towards sandbags. The execution comes in towards A. They're actually going to go back towards B, so it will be the fake towards A instead.
Let's see if it works out for him, though, as they are pushing their way through. Fasher gets dropped first, but in the location of Mighty Max seems unlikely. Max runs straight out, but Rezu was ready for it. And now it's a 3 versus 5. Not a great situation to be in for Endpoint. They don't have a full set of firearms really either as well. Stanley rocking the MP9.
Yep, if he gets the killer as well onto Rezu, that's an AK and $600. He needs a second kill then. He's going to be trying to run away here and save the rifle into the next round. YNC, here's the steps there from LS, holding the angle, and again, another kill, another gun thrown away. So, going into round number 19, how much money will CeX have? Because this is the first round they won in their second half. Giving away these kills, do they have the money to really disregard them so easily? Nevertheless, though, Stanley upgrades from an MP9, $600 kill, and then the AK. Couldn't really ask for more. Scoreline will be 8-10 now into round number 19. Endpoint they can still buy. Stanley can drop an AWP as well for Imi if they want to, which I believe they do. In terms of the kills, it's fairly spread even across the board for Endpoint. And then for CEX, Astro, and 17 kills. That's quite interesting because when you think of all the shots he missed, it also shows how many opportunities he had, right? You miss that first shot, you fall back towards wherever. You take that second shot, you miss it, yes, you fall back, but he has so many opportunities on the map like Overpass when you're playing the CT side AWP to get kills. Anyway, though, 1 minute 30 on the clock now, bomb towards Playground. CEX are expecting aggression from Endpoint, trying to get overconfident and cocky, but it's an Endpoint and still playing extremely passive here.
Setting themselves up, waiting for this push to come their way. They have the utility to play with here as they will be flashing and smoking over towards that B bomb site. Trying to force out some kind of play from Endpoint, force them to push out for info, do anything to aid the CEX side. LS just waits as well for a short push. If anyone on Endpoint did try and take short control, he would be ready for that.
10-8. 50 seconds left right now. LS this time going to be the lurk player. Has the smoke flashbang, so can try to the fake. They went for the smokes towards A, fake A, come back down towards B because they had control of connector, which is crucial. Having control of connector allows yourself to go for those fast rotations in and between the map. Oh, can you boost over this smoke? I've never seen this before. I guess if it... Oh my goodness, that's quite risky, and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, not worked out too well. They know there's another player close by as well because they had to go for the boost play. YNC is going to be the man in question. Unfortunately, his teammates go down. Max falls, but he plays it correctly, gets the double kill. But Dom was still there. They've also got the lurk at B. LS can tiptoe through, try and get the backstab on Stanley. Fasher going to reposition as he wants to try and aid his teammates. It's a 2 versus 3 here. Can they get the initial frags in? Tag down early. Dom will dispatch Stan, and Fasher will probably fall here to LS, who's right behind, ready for this.
Yep, Fasher can even get knifed here. LS didn't actually see him. He has a smoke. Oh, there we go. He does. So, Gilil can be traded out for the M4. Scoreline will go 10-9, and Endpoint are going to go for the half buy or the 3,700 onto YNC. 3,000 for Imi. They've lost 2 in a row now, which means they will get cheap on 4K into the next round number 21. Most likely going to just full eco this one, keep to the USBs. You can buy up into the next one and try and snatch back the momentum that CeX have managed to grip back onto into the second half buy rounds.
Fasher's going out early. Endpoint. They have to reshuffle and just slowly slip downstairs and hold back for the meantime. Astro as well, armed with the Mach 10 as he gets the headshot off, eliminates Stanley. Have a nice double dink there.
It's nice as well that the kills on the Mach 10. Obviously the extra money is always a bonus. Make that 2. Astro's already got enough cash to buy back that Mach 10. Max close towards the door trying to go for the PT50 kill, but unfortunately for him, the patch recently removed the one-shot headshot dink through head armor within 8 yards from the PT50. But as I said, there, Imi lands a double dink, but eventually goes down as well. Fasher lost a life hit. Trying to see if he can dent that tier economy as much as possible, getting instant kills. Dom is low, so one shot from the CZ will take him down, and maybe he can retrieve that AK.
He will get the kill. It's a 1v3, but there wasn't really much potential winning the round. Just doing damage was his goal. And that is how the cookie is going to crumble. Reinvestment comes out, though, for Endpoint now.
Yep, 10-10. AWP can be bought by Imi as well. You can go AWP and Kevlar. Can even go AWP, no armor, and go for grenades. Actually, no, you're going to be going for the M4. So, 4 M4s, UMP onto Mighty Max. He's the player that wants to buy the grenades and have the kits. He is also playing the B-bomb side, so the range isn't really too big of a factor where it is on A. Flashbang for Monster, just to delay any rush in case it was coming. 5 AKs for CEX. For Mirage, they were down 15-6 or 15-5, I believe it was. No, it was 15-6 actually. So we're ready for them. It's good that this game and this map's being contested. The next map being Cash. If they can get that far, there is a chance potentially. 1 minute 15 on the clock. Slow standard default here from CEX. Typically what you do on your T-side default on Overpass is you go 3 towards A, 1 towards B, 1 outside B, 1 towards connector, sorry, 1 outside B. That B player can play outside Monster, watch for the Monster push and watch for the B short push, and listen for what grenades and the setup that Endpoint are potentially using if he goes towards short. Player towards connector can deny, connector control from the CT side and granted to the Ts, which means you can go for the fast fakes, which we saw earlier. And having 3 towards A, you can send 1 towards long, 2 towards toilet, smoker front toilets, Molotov off towards banana, and take slow control of toilets, which we are watching right now. So a very standard default from CEX. They have control of connector and control of toilet. So if they wanted to, they can go back to B through connector. But instead, because they found the kill onto Stanley, they might just go quickly towards, say, bomb site and catch Endpoint off guard while they're a man down.
Oh, they can't quite get YNC though as he was ready with the turn, but they now are under attack at the A site. Mighty Max needs to go huge with the SMG. They blocked him off. He has no lines of sight, no information, starved for anything that will aid his team as the rotate comes back through. They are ready for the retake. They have the angles and the points of interest to attack from, but is it going to work? They charge straight in. Max struggles, but Imi luckily trades it. Fasher falls though, leaving it on the hands of YNC and Imi. What can Yannick achieve here as he will turn around? Imi charges in, will get that frag, but there's the response. YNC makes it possible though. All he's got to do is get the defuse. No kit. He could have possibly got so close. If he got for the 5-second defuse, does realize the location of Rezu, but it's too late.
I don't think, yeah, he wouldn't have had time anyway, even if he got the kill on Rezu. 11 to 10, Endpoint going to go for the pause, and a good timed one at that. $3,000 across the board here for Endpoint. So they can't go for the Tech 9, sorry, the CZ armor half buy, or just CZ grenades. But then again, you can see when you go for those buys, it would impact your economy into the buy round because you might not have forces of utility and defuse kits. And the pawns will come through. It seems like it's technical actually.
Interesting. I wonder what the issue might actually be here to see what's going on, if they are going to be talking this through and working out what they need to change, how to adapt here. Obviously going through 11 to 10, it's still a close game. There's still potential. They aren't out of the running just yet. And the thing is, if they do lose this one, there is always cash as the safety net.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw the, when I was by the players when they did the veto, Endpoint looked very happy that they saw cash instead of train. Endpoint were expecting the bans from CEX to be cobblestone and cash, but instead they were cobblestone and train. Let's see if CEX has something to talk about on cash, but obviously if they get there first, they only have the 1 round advantage here. Still, they burst the half buy, so in theory this should go 12 to 10 as I say often, but just want to paint the future picture potentially for you guys at home. Contact play from Messi trying to see if there's a stack towards the B-bomb site.
We've seen Endpoint win their eco rounds before though, and they pumped a little bit of cash into it to try to give it some kind of oomph behind it, as they do have the CZs and a Deagle in play. A couple of kits of armor here and there, and also an actual kit on Fasher.
So, 1 minute 15 on the clock now. Slow default from CEX, Rezu pushing Monster. He got the information he needed to know that Imi and his team were on pistols. And now CEX going to be a bit more tentative and apprehensive to go for plays, knowing that around every corner could be a CZ or a 5-7. Bomb going back towards B would be the right call here because there's a 3-man stack right now towards A from Endpoint, as they're expecting CEX to go back towards the A-bomb site. They do have the 1-man lurk. It's going to be Dom. He's only got a Molotov though, so in theory you want the player with grenades to stay because he can sell the fake best. And he must have saw the toe there from Mighty Max, but Imi towards B will find the headshot and see if he can get any more. As eventually we do pan to, but he gets 2.
Oh, YNC here as well. Trying to do something with that CZ. Unfortunately, his teammate in Stanley has gone down. Nearly gets a sideline tag. It's all up to him, but look how low they are. This is winnable for YNC. Yannick could do this. He just needs to know the location. Isn't aware of where they're about right now. Will get the tag down though. Didn't need to go for the full commit right there as the after charge through. If he would have waited a few more seconds, could have killed Dom, but Dom will punish him.
Unfortunately, there are 12 bullets in the C, so that means eventually he did run out. 12 to 10 now, 2-run advantage here for the T side, CEX. As we go into round number 23, we saw Endpoint there talking to Jakey, the coach for the team. Wonder what impact he's going to be having on this call.
As the nades are going to be going out. CEX just holding my playground right now as they wait for the push to come towards them. They have the bomb to play with as well, so They're going to drop that now. Slowly go for the push through, just leave it there. And try and work out what they actually want to do.
Once again, Rezu lurking towards B. I mean, 4 players towards the A side. Astro holding in for the mid push. 3 players towards A long. They know that Endpoint haven't really been showing too much presence towards A long. But eventually, they will fall back. Stanley and YNC playing passive towards default, just jump spotting towards banana and jump spotting towards A long. Bomb going back down towards toilet, so they do have control of connector here. Rezu has control of connector, which means they can still affect towards A. Go back through connector, have the fast rotation towards that B-bomb site, but of course, that's if they want to go and do a strat they've already shown here. You want to be unpredictable on your T side and leave Imi, the IGL, the CT side, flustered and surprised.
Astro with a headshot on Stanley though. Takes him down, so Endpoint, they do have the firepower, but they're still not able to get ahead of the game here. The tags do come through for YNC, but here comes the push. He's zoned out as well. He's going to be so dazed and confused. Looks like he'll try and go for a flashbang, pushes through. But the crossfire was there, and the frags are still all coming up CeX here on overpass.
4-2. Endpoint going to throw in the towel here. It's going to go 30-10. Jack, this is looking likely here. We're going to be seeing a third map. Misty, our observer. If you could show us the scoreboard here real quick. So it is actually 6 rounds in a row now for CeX, which means Endpoint will be having the full round loss bonus. So what that means is Imi will get 4,500 so he can buy an M4. Fasha will get 3.4k so he can drop over an M4. And Imi already has an M4, which means he can drop over another gun as long as they save. And unfortunately, they don't save onto Imi, which means that could be the difference, Jack, between a full buy and going for a quasi buy instead.
Fasha leaving himself in this situation. A 1v2. Will save. Gets away. Luckily, as it could have been really horrible if they didn't even have that AK. They need some kind of firepower to aid them. Obviously, that little bit of extra cash bonus does allow them to work out how they want to play this one. 3 rounds down now. CeX pretty close to securing match point. They're looking like overpass is working out very nicely for them.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good from them. They're playing the slow style of CS as well. It's not as if they're rushing at them like it's a pug, trying to overskill them, because on paper, I wouldn't even say they could outscore them. Stanley, Fasha, YNC, Max, Imi at times as well with the AWP, but usually with the AWP. He's up to a strong caliber. So, round number 24, big one in for Endpoint. If they lose this one, they're forced into the quasi-buy. CeX are at 14, they're 2 away from the magical 16, and finishing this game off and going and sending us to cash. But let's see though, as round number 24 will begin. For Endpoint, they have to win rounds now. They cannot let this one slip. They're going to be on such weak money. Not really too weak, but a half buy. They'll be in weak utility and firepower going into round number 25 if they do lose this one. YNC with an aggressive angle here trying to change things up versus CeX.
Waiting for the push here. Endpoint, as they are just going to be chilling and waiting for them to come towards them. CeX, once again, just going for their classic play. We've seen this time and time again. This is just how they have been playing out these rounds. It's working, but Endpoint aren't able to adapt fast enough to deal with it. They need to be aware of what's going on and stop it. Fasha depends on the timing, but he could be incredibly useful here.
Could indeed. Flashbang comes in, he dodges it, but still no overface just yet. Dom towards playground, spots him out. Fasha has been seen. They know that Endpoint have gone for the buy here. Max once again on the UMP and full utility. Fasha getting caught out. No, that's not good. Man advantage here for CeX. They've been playing the man advantage so well. They play slow. They slow the round down. They wait for Endpoint to re-aggress. Or they regroup. They play as a 5-man unit and they exploit the fact they have the man advantage and they plow themselves and they brute force their way through to one of the sites and just play the trade game. And they always have the advantage in that regard.
Max here. Waiting out with the UMP as he wants to try and play his card trap. Molotov does go down. Stanley gets a headshot on Astro. There's Max going big though with a double kill. This is looking like Endpoint can get back into the action. YNC with a double of his own. Endpoint get their 11th round. 2 rounds away from equalizing the scoreline. Can they do it?
CeX though can reset the money from Endpoint, but then again Endpoint had 3 players still alive, which means they can drop over to the Fallen, being Fasha and Imi. But look at their money right now, Jack. 500-ish across the board for 4 players. YNC is 2.9k. CeX, if they win this round, they'll reset the round loss, the round bonus for losing from Endpoint. push it back down to 1.4k and give a harsh reset and shatter the money that they have. Then we force them onto Kevlar and CZ's weak buys again. Oh my goodness, that's a nice shot there from Fasha. Finally, they had a resu. This could be the man advantage now once again. Well, actually, not once again, but this time in favor on the CT side Endpoint.
They are going to be trying to work out what exactly they can adjust now. You leave yourself in a 4v5. They can't just go for the normal default start of CS they have been playing. They have to try and hope someone goes big. Dom has been the main man, the impact fragger that has been using his skill to find those decisive frags that have been switching things up, but are we going to see that now?
Minute left on the clock. Astro and Dom making their way up Banana. CT defense from Endpoint's been split 3-2. I think they have a player towards Heaven as well, that's Mighty Max. So the reason he's Heaven is that he's at a fast rotation. He can be fast towards A and fast towards B for this specific reason. He can get here as the smokes land, and now there's a 3-man defense here from Endpoint towards this A side.
Oh, Stanley gets the spray down, kills LS. He's ready for more as well, as he wants to try and peek out. Nearly takes down Dom, but he couldn't quite achieve it. And it's all on Dom and Astro now. Astro, so close to him, they can almost see each other. Finds him, finds his head as well. Can he get the second Astro? Not quite. Leaves it in Dom. Dom, 1v3. Oh, from the rear, it's going to be Flash to take him down. Endpoint, they get themselves a 12th. They are 1 round away now from equalizing. Looking like they've got that third wind.
1 round now separated these two teams. CEX. In the first half of this map, they had the 6-0 advantage. They had the momentum in their favor. The exact same happened again on the second one. They had the early lead, 13-10. Endpoint now winning 2 on the trot, which means they're 1 away. And they've slowly but surely broken down the economy from CEX and forced them onto the upgraded pistols. 4 CZs and a Tech 9 onto Resi. Smokes and flushes, they can go for an execution towards A. They know that the A players, Fasha and 1C, have been playing very passive actually. Sorry, Stanley, I believe. Anyway, Imi going to be towards the A side this time. Gets the tag onto Dom. And actually, if you're CX right now, you're going to be happy seeing the AWP on the A side. The reason is the AWP is easier to swarm than an M4, and it's weaker versus the smokes and executions than a rifle.
Stanley, ready for this push coming towards him. These CZs, they're not really going to pack too much of a punch unless you can get close enough to find those impact frags. The flashbang goes over to delay. It is going to be the split push towards the A bomb site. Smoke goes through as well as they will now soar through the sky. Imi gets the opener. Stanley ready for the response on Astro, as Astro will slide in, but Stanley gets him. Imi's doing work with the AWP right now. Stanley is one of a frag. It's only going to be the 1 casualty for Endpoint as they equalize 13-13.
Round number 27 now. Money for CEX is decent, they can buy now. LS can go for a glass cannon AWP, but cannot buy Kevlar with it. Instead, they're going to be the 5 AK set up here for the side of CEX, AWP onto Imi. 2 AKs there for Max and Fasha, and 2 rifles on 2 and 4, sorry, onto Stanley and YNC. Round up 27. Endpoint, if they win this one, they'll be finally in the lead in this game. But then again, CEX is still so close after having such an aggressive and successful early portion of the first half and the second half. Bomb towards T-Spawn. It can be a slow round once again from CEX. They've been favoring these very slow rounds here on the T side, hoping that Endpoint get aggressive, but also allowing time for CEX to take control of the map, regroup, and reassess their plan of action going into the remainder of the round.
Molotov goes down. As once again, they are going for this standard play. Endpoint, it seems like they've learned how to counter it now, though. They have been able to adjust. They know what they have to do to deal with this, so I can only imagine they should be able to.
Bomb going towards A long. Resu now towards short. Once again, the 4-1 style of CS. Resu being the player with the most utility as well for the T start, which is good. When you try and sell that fake. Can smoke towards bridge. Molly out towards barrels, still flash out towards B short and try and see if he can get success towards the B side, force a rotation. Otherwise though, 35 seconds left. CX going to have to make this one quick.
A site. is going to be the destination here as they want to try and make their play. It's actually the B players. They've worked their way back through. Wynak is the first one there, but Yannick goes down. Max with the double kill, though, as he gets the headshots off. This is huge. Vasher as well, going to find the frag on Rezu. Endpoint, they are so close. They can taste that 14th round, and they grab it.
14-13 now. Endpoint. The money, sorry, CeX, the money is low now. 3,000 across the board. They will have the round loss bonus, so they can save this one. Then again, if you're CeX right now, do you force it and try to go 14-14, or do you eco this round and play for overtime and try and win 2 in a row? Seems like they will be going for that said eco, saving into the final, potentially final round here. Endpoint should get 15 versus the Pistols, and only Kevlar to 3 players. Aggression towards connector already from LS as they go fast through middle.
Try and go for the speedy play. Is it going to work out? Ooh, nice opening headshot there from LS. Takes down Stan, grabs an AK. Is he going to find some kills though? Imi with one with the AWP, overpowered by Astro. This is going from bad to worse by the second. Yannick, luckily enough, is able to hold his composure and find so many frags with the M4. Massive impact frags coming out there. Astro 1v2, AWP in play. Lands the tag, but not quite the frag. Goes down to Max. Match point grab by Endpoint. 1 round away from being your grand final champions.
But they've only got 2 match points. CeX at 13, a 2 away from forcing overtime as we go into round number 29. The bomb not planted as well, which means the money won't be additional. So they might not have full utility, but actually they do. No AWP though, and I like this. Do they go for the fast play? Do they go for the contact play with the smokes potentially? What's been working for CeX though is the slow style of CS, the slow defaults, taking control of the map and then from there executing towards one of the sites.
CeX here. They have no room for error, no room for mistakes. They can't do anything incorrectly. It has to be perfect. And it just doesn't look like they have it in them right now. Looking a bit scared, looking a bit timid as they hold their angles, trying to go for the slow, methodical style of CS, but that hasn't been working.
It hasn't. But still, 1 minute and 5 seconds to play for. They will have control of it long. This could be the final round here for CeX. They play in the ESL Premiership. Stanley as well, close towards middle. They're playing aggressive here, Endpoint. No smoke though, flashbang comes in as the smoke does fade, so he gets the information he needs to. Doesn't spawn anyone towards the toilet, so that might force a rotation, and it does. Imi rotates from A to B off of the back of the info. They're actually going to rotate Mighty Max as well, and it's a poor call because the real idea from CeX is actually going to be towards A. With 35 seconds left, the play has to come in fast now as the smokes will be deployed, and here comes the execution towards A.
They're going to try and push through. Stan, he could be the deciding factor here as he could go huge, but he's not going to be able to. Astro eliminates him. Max, though, beautiful stuff from the Max angle as he's able to find that headshot on towards Astro. The push is coming in as well. Max looking a little bit confused right now as he tries to stay alive and wait for the push to come in. They do have the bomb. They're going to try and go for the commit. They have 10 seconds. Max could have won the game right here, right now. Denies the bomb plant. This is incredible. They have to try and plant. 4 seconds. They do get it down in the nick of time, but there's the kill. Endpoint pick up the win. 16 rounds secured. The grand final goes to them. Finally, Endpoint are back in business.
And Premier at that, they're going to qualify for the Mountain Dew League. After recently departing from it, thanks to me and Ezio, they will now be put back in after claiming championship victory here for ESL Prem. Stanley winning 3 championships in a row with 3 different teams. And there you have it. A good battle fought on Overpass, obviously a very one-sided affair on Mirage, but then again, the map choice from CeX, 16-13, it felt like they were always the ones in the driving seat, but nevertheless, Endpoint pulled through, they are champions.
Absolutely spectacular, they finally do it. Just grand play there, amazing CS, it doesn't get any better than that, apart from the man himself, Dan Gaskin and the boys on the desk. Let's head over and break down that fantastic final.